Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Town of Cedar Lake Plan Commission public meeting of June 17th, 2026. Please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Here.
Mr. Carnahan?
Here.
Mr. Parker?
Great. Here. Here.
Mr. Hunley?
Here.
Mr. Kapora?
Present.
Mr. Swick?
Here.
Mr. Wilkening?
Here.
Mr. Kubiak?
Here.
Mr. Sherry?
Here.
Mr. Austin?
Present.
Ms. Hayek is present.
Okay, minutes, May 5th, 2026 work session, May 20th, 2026 public meeting, June 3rd, 2026 work session, and June 3rd, 2026 special public meeting. These were distributed. If there are no corrections, I will entertain a motion to approve.
So moved.
A motion by Mr. Parker,
Second.
by Mr. Hunley. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Old business, number 1, Centennial Townhomes PUD amendment, owner 133 LBM LLC, 8900 Wicker Avenue, St. John, Indiana, 46373. Petitioner, Old Top Homes, 8051 Wicker Avenue, St. John, Indiana, 46373. Vicinity 10702 West 141st Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is asking for a 1-year extension of the planned unit development plan for Centennial Township from July 2nd, 2026, its current expiration, to July 2nd, 2027. Good evening.
Good evening. Kevin Pasco of Old Top Homes, 8051 Wicker Avenue, St. John, Indiana. As was stated, I'm here tonight to request a 1-year extension of our development plan for the Centennial Townhomes project. Current expiration is July 2nd of this year. We're requesting a 1-year extension to July 2nd of next year. While we started land development activity for this project, we will not be pulling a building permit until after the current expiration date. We don't anticipate needing that full 1-year time period before we do pull a building permit, but we did want to give ourselves more than enough time to do so, just so we don't have to worry about missing that deadline. Then again, I would note in my application I did list 133 LBM as the owner at the time. We've since closed on it, so the parcels are currently owned by entities of Old Top Homes. So with that, I'd be glad to take any questions or comments you may have.
Commissioners have anything?
Nope. No. This is a 1-year extension as is,
Correct.
as approved.
Yes.
There's no further discussion or questions. I'll entertain a motion.
Motion to approve.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Carnahan to approve, seconded by Mr. Wilkening. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapora?
Yes, motion carries 7-0.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Number 2, Nathan preliminary plat request, owner BSC Real Estate LLC, 2743 Highway Avenue, Highland, Indiana, 46322. Petitioner Nathan G. Viss Law, 13830 Alexander Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana, vicinity of 12921 Parish Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is seeking approval for a preliminary plat. Mr. Viss has sent us an email today. Says as referenced a few weeks ago, I've got conflicting meetings tonight with Lake County, where 2 clients. I'm on both the BZA and Planning Commission agenda. I do not know if I will be able to make the Cedar Lake meeting in time. I will text David, being Mr. Austin, as to my whereabouts at 6:30. If possible, if the preliminary site plan can be approved, would be appreciated. I have not heard any negative feedback from town officials, legal review since last meeting, or at all. The preliminary site plan is straightforward, outlines the exact legals of the area found within the PUD. Much thanks, Nathan. Have you heard from him at all?
Not at all.
Not at all?
I have. He's saying 8:30.
Who's talking?
Come up there.
He's a petitioner.
Oh, okay, well, I don't know. Come on up to the podium. I just heard a voice in the back.
He
Name
just
and
texted me
address, please.
8:30.
Pardon?
He said about 8:30. Does Nathan need to be here for this?
No,
We need your
John's-
name and
but-
address.
I need your name and address.
Scott Filler, 12921 Parish Avenue, Cedar Lake.
It's your project, you can represent it, you don't need Nathan.
Okay,
Correct.
okay.
Okay. And then nothing's changed, everything's been like we've
Same
been
as 2
discussing
weeks
all
ago.
along. Yeah. Luke, do you have any
No.
questions?
No, look fine to me.
Tim, anything?
No, this is, it's the same thing that's been shown,
Yeah.
from the beginning, so this is just making those two lots. I'm good with it. Everything's the same as.
Commissioners have anything?
Yeah, Mr. Austin, you're good with everything?
Yes,
Okay.
it's the same thing you've seen for
Okay.
3 months now.
Well, if there's no further discussion, I'll entertain a motion.
I'll make a
So
motion
moved.
to approve.
I'll second it.
A motion by Mr. Becker to approve the preliminary plat, seconded by Mr. Parker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapar?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Okay, you're all set, thank you. Okay. Number 3, Space Exploration Technologies Corp. Install new ground-mounted satellite earth station antennas, SESAs. Owner CLB South LLC and E3 LLC, P.O. Box 488, Dyer, Indiana, 43611. Space Exploration Technologies Corp. 3, Monroe Parkway, Suite P, number 405, Lake Oswego, Oregon, 97034, vicinity of 13760 Osborne Street, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner SpaceX is seeking approval to install new ground-mounted satellite earth station antennas, SESAs, within a 116-foot by 165-foot metal fence compound, a 16-foot wide asphalt access drive to be installed east of compound. Do we have a representative here?
Yes, good evening, Commissioners. I'm joining virtually this evening. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Great, thank you. Once again, good evening, Planning Commissioner members. My name is Hannah Boris, and I'm speaking this evening on behalf of SpaceX. Joining me tonight is Allison Cantor with TEP, whose firm is managing the permitting application for this facility. And also looks like we have my colleague Ken Lyons, who presented to the Commission at the prior work session. We appreciate the Commission's consideration of the site plan application for the proposed satellite earth station antenna facility at 13760 Osborne Street in Cedar Lake. Following the June 6th work session, we submitted a letter responding to several of the questions and comments raised by the Commission as part of that work session, and we're happy to answer any additional questions that you may have this evening. As demonstrated in the application materials and the supplemental information that we submitted, the proposed facility complies with all applicable and enforceable site plan criteria. We respectfully request your approval of the site plan application this evening as reflected in the amended site plans submitted with our response letter. We thank you for your time and consideration and are available for any additional questions that you might have this evening.
I'm Bob Carnahan. I wasn't at the work session, but I reviewed the minutes and there were some concerns and you said you addressed them. Could you tell us, so it's on the record, what the concerns you addressed and how you're dealing with them?
Yeah, so I'll just quickly walk through the items that we addressed in our letter at sort of a high level without reading through the whole letter unless you would like me to do so. So there was questions about the location of the nearest SpaceX facility, and so we provided the details of that in our letter. That's in Jackson, Indiana. You can, if you also wanted to take a look at that facility, you could, just pop the Latin long into, Google Earth or something similar. Just would like to note that the example facility that we provided it's an older version of the satellite earth station antenna facility, and that's using a chain link fence, whereas SpaceX here has proposed a solid metal fence to provide additional screening to ensure that the antennas are not visible from adjacent properties or the public right-of-way. There were also a couple of questions regarding the location of the data center that would be associated with the proposed facility. That data center is located in Chicago, Illinois, in the metropolitan area there. The proposed facility will connect to the data center through fiber optic connections, which will utilize existing fiber infrastructure, which is operated by third-party telecommunications providers. SpaceX is not proposing to build any new data centers associated with this project, and there are no data centers associated with this application. The Commission asked about the possibility of installing a Knox box. So we have included the installation of a Knox box for access by emergency responders, and that's shown in the updated site plan that we submitted in sheet C-4-1. There were also a couple of questions regarding operational noise, and as outlined in our letter, SpaceX performed conservative sound propagation calculations using manufacturer noise specifications for the antennas and distance to the nearest property line. And those calculations assumed, sort of a worst-case scenario with all 40 antennas operating simultaneously at maximum band speed, and also did not account for any noise attenuation provided by the solid perimeter fence that we have proposed. And under those conservative assumptions, operational noise at the nearest property line is estimated to be approximately comparable to the sound of like a normal conversation level, as shown on the noise scale. And, if the town has any concerns about potential noise, it could condition the approval to require a post-construction noise study.
All right, and there's going to be 40 satellite dishes on the property, and I noticed all these different arrows pointing in different directions. Is there any significance to that?
No, I believe those are just the antenna azimuths, so just the direction of the antenna is pointing.
I see it looks like north, south, east, west, but I was just curious about that. No concern there, right?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any other discussion here? Anybody got anything?
I had a question.
Go ahead.
Hannah, I was wondering, the fence, the finished height of the fence is going to be what?
8 feet.
Okay. So the satellite, the antennas are just a skosh taller than that, right?
Hold on, let me look at the site plan here.
Well, it says it's...
I apologize. I apologize, Commissioner. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just wanted to clarify that the proposed fence is 8 feet and 2 inches, and the top of the proposed antenna is also 8 feet and 2 inches.
Okay,
and I have a picture of a recent facility I can show you. The antennas will be screened behind the fence.
Yeah, the side view of the antenna on this document you have is taller than 8 foot 2 inches. That's why I was asking if the fence was the finished grade of the fence, the finished height of the fence was going to be taller than 8 foot. It's going to be 8 foot 2.
We have an 8 foot 2 inches, correct?
Right.
Yes, sir.
But the antenna profile looks to be taller than that. So that's why I was asking if the fence was going to be higher than the top of the antenna by a little bit.
I could show you a picture of the elevation that I have here, which shows both the top of the proposed antenna and top of the proposed fence at 8 feet 2 inches. Again, which would screen the antennas. If the commission wanted it a few inches taller, we could certainly do that.
Well, to screen it, I think is to screen it all. Not leave a couple inches here or there.
Side view shows 8 foot 2 1/4.
Yeah.
So pretty much dead bang on,
Exactly the same?
It's a wash.
yeah, okay.
I wanted her to answer the question. I knew the answer.
Any other questions?
I'm sorry.
Comments, questions?
I don't have any.
Well, if there's no further discussion or questions here, I will entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve.
I'll second it.
A motion by Mr. Becker to approve, second by Mr. Parker. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
No.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapar?
No, motion carries 5-2. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Azúcar Ice Cream Shop, outdoor seating area, owner RTJR 11 LLC, 13228 West 185th, Lowell, Indiana, 46356. Petitioner Azúcar Ice Cream Shop, 13212 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Cindy of 13212 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is seeking approval to add outdoor seating on the side of the building. Is the petitioner here? Nobody here. They were at the BZA and they did not have their legals in order, so they got a continuance. So any motion here would be contingent upon the BZA, and there's no petitioners here, so I'm going to say we need to defer this.
I'll make a motion to defer it.
Correct, David?
That's exactly what you should do. I think that's how we left it 2 weeks ago.
What? I got a motion by Mr. Parker to defer.
I'll second it.
Second by Mr. Hunley. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapar?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Number 5, Majeski site plan waiver, Penn & Sons, 13733 Workard Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Norman Majeski, 13318, 13324 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Cindy of 13318, 13324 Wicker Avenue, Cedar Lake, Indiana. Petitioner is seeking to expand business use to the second building. Name and address, please, for records.
Norman Majeski, 36 Elena Drive, Sherville, Indiana.
And I'm his lawyer, Attorney Roy Dominguez. My office is in Maryville. And we're here asking you to approve his proposed site plan. We're intending to expand his business into a second building. It's owned by Mr. Henn & Sons, and we provided a proposed site to Tim, and I believe you may have it there in your package there. And it's simply to expand his current business that he's been operating there for how many years, Mr. Majeski? Almost 11 years, and we hope that you approve his proposed plan to expand his business, and we stand ready to answer any questions that you may have.
Was this, did this need to be advertised?
No.
No? Did they need to be at the work session to go over this?
No, it's just a site plan for new business, so.
Mr. President?
Yes,
May I ask Mr. Austin a question?
yes, please.
Mr. Austin, and do you concur that it didn't need to go to work session, didn't need to be advertised?
Yes.
Okay. And if you say it's good, then I'm okay with it, but before this is voted on tonight, can contingencies be added to it? Because I've noticed problems up there myself that haven't been addressed. And,
The answer is yes. You may impose reasonable conditions upon an approval.
okay. Now, can the property owner be held accountable for those contingencies as well?
Yes.
Okay,
In my
so this
opinion.
is an agreement with the town, Mr. Majeski, and the HIN organization, correct?
Whoever owns it.
Okay.
I have a similar follow-up question. This is a waiver of a site plan, but the original site plan for the property, when the Altair building was expanded on, there was a lot of waivers on the property, on the use of the property. Now we're only asking for a site plan waiver, and does that delete all the other waivers that were originally asked for? Or do those stand and we have more?
It does, excuse me, it does not need to. Those other conditions may be maintained and carried forward.
Mr. Dominguez, how you doing, Ray?
I'm doing well, sir. How are you?
I'm good. Good to see you.
Thank you, sir.
My issues with Mr. Majeski's current operation is they pull car carriers off in front on the shoulder of 41 and unload cars right there in front of the dealer. It is incredibly dangerous, and I believe that there's liability attached if there is an accident there for everyone involved. Him, the town, and the property owner. If someone has no line of sight to get out of that exit and entrance, and there's a bad accident, someone gets seriously injured or killed. And I understand that it's difficult to get cars unloaded there, but there has to be a better way than what they're currently doing. And the only reason why this board or any other municipal government entity exists is for public safety. And there's nothing safe for the public about that activity. So I'm not real concerned about what he's presenting for a site plan. I am concerned about that type of activity going on there in the future. I want it to be prohibited. I don't know if the rest of the board agrees with that or not, but...
Well, I think that's one of the many contingencies. I don't have the whole list of contingencies that the Hens and Mr. Majeski originally agreed on. There's no stormwater, there was no stormwater, that was waived. Blacktop improvements were waived. And now we're adding more parking spaces. And not 10 by 20 parking spaces, so that's another waiver. Without the whole list of waivers here, I'm not real comfortable with this the way it is.
The existing the waivers that were given in order to do the addition was exactly what you're saying, the stormwater improvements and but I mean, these parking spaces are existing blacktop area that is there, and the parking spaces that he proposed on there are not all 100% 10 by 20, but they're close.
But that's a waiver.
And again, it's car lot parking spaces. It's not technically, his customer spaces are 10 by 20 that he's pulling in and parking in. So I kind of went down that road also and kind of felt that being that these are spots that they're parking cars to sell, they're not customer pulling in and out. His spots that he has for his customers are 10 by 20. So that's, I mean, again, that's your guys's.
Well,
I told him the directions was to number and put as many car spaces as he felt that he could fit on there because of the situation in the past. And I wanted this board to say, I mean, I think you have 60 spaces numbered on here. You know, I mean, my idea was that if you think there's too many cars there, then you say there's 50 spaces, you know, whatever the case is. But he won't put on here as many spaces as he felt he could put
I-
cars in his,
I want to make a motion for something that has all of those waivers, original waivers on there, plus this. And I don't know all of those. It was just a total wash of waivers when that property, when they were originally in here and agreed on a plan.
When he walks out of here tonight, Jerry wants something on the record that can be enforced. That's enforceable.
and I guess at the end of the day, the waivers that were granted for the addition were done, you know, that.
It was, but it was for the whole property. And now we have a new business. I'm not saying we're starting over again, but we're getting real close to starting over again with, and waiver of a site plan. The motion has to certainly be that all the other waivers are intact. But that gets messy. So the original list of waivers that the Hens agreed to, and Mr. Mieski agreed to, I think need to be in the motion. I mean, I mean, this is fairly good here, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I guess the.
What part of it's fairly good? You have a hand-drawn site plan with no professional credentials marking it as accurate.
Well, and chapter 17 says otherwise.
May I address a few items, if I may?
Sure.
No, we stand prepared to comply and to assist, and certainly are 100% in favor of public safety. Some of those trucks that are out there are semi-trucks, and sometimes they're hauling in cars. They're stopped there, and they're going to the McDonald's, and they're not coming to unload vehicles. But they do unload vehicles there.
I get it.
Yeah.
And I want that to be prohibited too. I want the police
Yeah.
department to start engaging in that. Frankly, somebody goes into
I'm with you
his
100%.
facility to buy a car, and they get killed on the way out. Nobody's been given, there's no service provided for anybody like that. Whether it's from a McDonald's patron, or the gas station, or Taco Bell, or his car lot. His situation in particular, they're there longer, blocking the line of sight longer, because they have to unload an entire rack of vehicles for that truck to get out of the way and move down the road. I don't know what the answer is, but that there, and when they park cars in the grass, that doesn't work for me either, because you can't see around them to get out.
Mm-hmm.
And he's done that on the weekend recently, and I go by there and I'm shaking my head, because 41, it's a pain to get out of there when you can see.
It's a lot busier than what it used to be.
Yeah, so when you can't see anything,
Right.
and you're just pulling out on a wish and a prayer, there's no amount of money that's worth someone's, or no financial activity that's worth someone's life, in my view, or the potential to.
I'll be glad to work with my clients and see what we can do to alleviate those concerns and things of that nature. Obviously, the other vehicles, we have no say on those, but in terms of what he does and how he unloads and
I
things
can
of that
arrange that
nature.
with the police department for them to monitor that and make sure that,
Yeah.
and I want the truck driver to be able to get a sandwich, but I want him to do it without causing an accident.
Totally agree with you, totally.
So can we,
And then on the other one, if I may, and we're not asking to expand what's already existing there, just simply allowing him to expand his business, sell more cars. He's been in the retail used car business here for about 11 years and things of that nature, and he's been a responsible businessman person here, and would like to continue and simply just to expand, and any concerns that you might have. And quite frankly, we've been involved in this, and I have for probably over a year. And this is the first thing I've heard of waivers and contingencies and all these other things, but we'll be glad to address them.
Oh, this
We want you to know that we do that.
this all predates your involvement. It has a lot to do with the hen group, maybe not as much to do with Mr. Majeski.
Yeah, that's what he said too, yeah.
I've never heard of any of this.
So you never
You
heard
were-
there was a lot.
Hold on, you were in here and stood right here with them when all those waivers and stuff were
No, I
discussed.
wasn't here.
I was sitting here, I know you were here.
But
The
nonetheless, we would be glad to address them.
The business has expanded, because on the west side of the Altair building, there were never cars parked there. There were storage containers. and now we're showing parking spaces. So the business is expanding. I'm gonna have to disagree with you.
Yeah, in terms of what we're proposing here today,
Yeah.
we're not adding any more pavement or any other, new
And
buildings.
that was one of the waivers that was originally given
Yeah,
several years ago, was that there was no improvements to the surface.
okay.
And I think all that needs to be listed so we can vote on all of it, not just,
Does it have to be listed, or can it be cited, the former contingencies that were approved in the?
it needs to be on paper somewhere.
Either way, we can do it.
It needs to be so that it's understandable what was put on the record, identified for the record, and made public.
Does this need to go in the work session? Seems like there's...
Well, they said it didn't need to go to work session.
I know all the other ones, chapter 17 was the work session, and then they said come back in 2 weeks.
But not with this is an existing site with an existing lot and existing, I mean, that's the
Right.
difference between a new site plan and an existing site plan. I mean, they're utilizing an existing building with an existing footprint and existing parking spaces, and, I mean, it's there currently.
But they're going from tires to pizzas. Okay? So there's different, makeup inside the building, there's different structures that has to be done inside and what have you. Now, my question is, all these parking spots in front of the proposed pizza place here.
There's no pizza place proposed.
We're in the wrong building.
Wait a minute.
At the old tire building.
So are you moving,
He's expanding.
He's expanding.
I'm expanding.
how come it says Gino's Pizza here? Oh, that's grand prize, never mind.
Yeah.
Old eyes.
And try.
Sorry.
That's why you're bald, you know? Me too.
I
I apologize for that.
I'm getting there.
That was wrong.
I'm getting there.
And in fairness, all he's got to look at is the site plan. So, and this hand-drawn site plan, so it is hard to read.
Right, the other area that's expanding to is mostly for the vehicles, for him and his, workers to repair on the cars, wash them and things of that nature, and then just put them out in the front for sale rather than customer traffic.
So
And
this
then
is,
some of the parking that are smaller, or not to the side, not necessarily so small, but, it's simply just to park the car there, not necessarily for the
Now that we lost the
customers.
pizza, I understand what's going on.
Yeah, no, I was addressing.
we don't have a, I don't
It's
think,
my fault.
I don't think we have a used car, parking size. And I don't disagree with you, but that's another waiver, because they're parking
That's why I kinda got
spaces.
you with the size, because actually, the only parking spaces are his 5 customer parking spaces that are really parking spaces.
So if they were all 10 by 20, how many less spaces would he have?
Well, he has 9 by 18, so he would lose a couple. You know, probably 4.
Well,
in
I'm
each
just saying
one.
that's just another one of the waivers. Some of us know what's been going on there for a long time.
I hear you.
Long before you got there and involved in all the,
There was a
I was not expecting my client to do it all now, despite all the things.
well,
We shouldn't be glad to work on
we got
top
10.
priority of safety,
We
for
we
sure.
got 10 steps in the right direction already, so.
Thank you very much.
One of the concerns I have, you may lose parking when the state puts the turn lane in on 41. That was supposed to be done in 2022, but it looks like it'll be done in 2027.
Dave, should that be a contingency too?
Could
Yes.
be, could be.
Where's the turning lane gonna be at?
It's going to be in the center, and it's going down from 109th to 31 to 135th.
And once they have to push the road over farther into that property.
You may lose all that parking.
Well, the stormwater could be an issue too, and
Right.
so you could lose more property.
Right,
So, but that's just another, like Greg said, that's just another contingency.
whatever they decide to do, we'll just
Yeah,
have to.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it needs to be, if this is approved on a number of cars,
Yes, sir.
that needs to be considered when that happens, because he's gonna lose that amount of cars. He has it now,
We would lose it for sure,
yes.
yeah.
So that number would be, it's gonna be less whenever that widening happens, and we don't know exactly when it's gonna
Right.
happen. Am I correct on that?
You are, but the one thing that ought to be noted is there are plans out there. NDOT's been up and down the street talking to everybody, showing them the plans.
As I understand it, the governor waiving the fuel taxes, that's gonna also affect the number of new road projects in the future, so we'll see.
Yeah, it's hard to say what's gonna happen down there.
Yeah, right. But we'll stand ready to address whatever needs to be done. Certainly if NDOT comes in and does that, we have to abide by it. And you know, if, in terms of safety, and I certainly am not, familiar with all the necessary steps to be taken, but if there was a sign out there that said, you know, only turn right, or whatever the case may be, instead of trying to go all the way across, I think that might be helpful in terms of public safety, or if it says, you know, no parking there or stuff like that.
That's a good point, I hadn't considered that.
Yeah.
Well, we have a similar issue north on the other side of 41.
Sure.
And if the trucks park sandwich with cars, if they park north of his entrance exit, when you pull out,
Right.
you're pulling out into the southbound right lane, and you have no idea who's on top of you because you can't see through the truck. We have the same problem at James.
We're gonna address
41.
that right away, because I'm big on that as well.
Yeah.
When my cars are being delivered, we usually have somebody stationed out there, as soon as they drop it, get it, and get the guy out.
Yeah,
We try not to have anybody.
I understand.
And if it's a smaller truck, we let them go on the lot, but if they're too big, they can't get in. If it's smaller trucks, they pull in and we get them out there, but, and then again, it's, you know, we try to get them out as fast as possible, because we don't want them sitting there.
I know there was discussion a long time ago, because you were unloading cars on the other side of the street before Taco Bell was there. You had cars across the street stored over there, you were using that.
See, the driver, well, when I used to rent a lot, I used to
Right.
live in a lot.
Right,
But when we order car, you know, the truck drivers don't really work for us. The broker lines them up, as much as we tell them, only in front between the two driveways. Fifth wheel backed up to the mailbox, so
Yeah.
that way they're in between and not all over.
right, they are, but I believe the original approval was, there was no going in on the north side. The way this was laid out several years ago, there was no going in and out the north side. This was a two-way street here, I thought.
On on this side here, it's a two-way street.
Mm-hmm.
On this side between me and McDonald's, most people don't use that. Most people use the farthest one.
Yeah, well, Mr. Parker's bringing up a good point, and it's not the only spot in town, but it needs to be addressed.
Despite the other sites,
Yeah.
I will get with my client, make sure we address it and take care of what we need to do, or have someone out there when they're unloading and making sure that no cars are coming in and out at the time.
It could be as simple as, end of business hours also, so that nobody's pulling out of there who's shopping.
Correct.
You know, employees, well, that may have to deal with it, but,
Or maybe no one's to pull out while they're unloading.
yeah.
How long does it take to unload?
Well, we try to get them in as fast as possible.
Right, that's,
But
And if he's got 2 cars he's getting, or he's got 6 cars he's getting, it's all,
it depends on the person delivering, because some people are experienced and they understand, because we have notes in our shipping, you know, no overnight parking, must be in and out ASAP. We put that in all of our, like when the broker sends it to the guy who picks it up, it's stated on there, only parking between the driveways, and if it's a 10-car hauler and the fifth wheel lines up to our mailbox, with the ramps down, there's enough room where he's not interfering in anywhere else. Now, the McDonald's customers, they just get out and park in front of anywhere, and I almost got beaten up by a couple of these big guys. They're like, "Sir, you're in the driveway, can you pull up?" And, "Oh, I'm only going to McDonald's for 5 minutes." It's like
well,
blocking the driveway.
I think there's contingencies. I think the original waivers need to be listed on here.
Individually?
Yeah, well, whoever was approved several years ago. And we had 3 people stand here and agree to all this, and I don't know that it's not written anywhere.
I'd like to know what's there too. I wish we had it tonight. Would it be difficult to get it?
Pony Express.
It was all tire expansion. That's the project it was.
I would think that Cheryl could find it.
I'm not gonna read that quick.
I'm not suggesting somebody go run around and find it now,
Yeah,
because
Is that the folder, is that in one? When was Salt Tire expansion, how long ago?
2021 maybe?
21?
been that long? Holy smokes.
It probably has been that long.
What's the time frame on this for you?
Well, I've been paying rent for a building I haven't been able to use for 7 months.
Now, wait a minute, he's been using the building.
Finances I don't even care about. I mean,
Well, I'm just saying,
you rented, no, wait a minute, you rented the building, that's your problem. I wanna know if you have a time frame, because my suggestion is going to be that we're given time to find the documentation that Jerry's asking for. You guys have time to discuss about your truck unloading and what have you, and we get all of our information together so we can make a intelligent, thoughtful recommendation here, either a yay or a nay. And so my suggestion is that we all gather our information and come back to the work session where we can lay everything out and see that everything's in line, that we all understand, and I'll set for, some sort of approval, in 2 weeks after that. So in other words, a month delay.
And
We're gonna be looking at, for enforcement for everybody going forward.
Right.
That's with the semi-trucks and the whole thing. We want something that we can enforce, and it's painful to whoever breaks the rules. So, nothing against you and what you're doing there, but there's other facets that have to be considered here to make sure that this is right. And you're gonna want it right too. Frankly, I think you have the most liability, certainly the broker or whoever's delivering those vehicles. I think you have the most liability though if somebody gets seriously injured up there. I don't know, I'm not a lawyer. Roy probably could tell you. But
Okay.
if somebody gets hurt because the truck is blocking this line of sight and nobody can get out of there, I mean, if I was you, that's who I'd be suing.
And
Certainly be suing a number of people.
And Mr. Dominguez, just to be totally clear, all those waivers that were given before, I don't want anybody to assume or imply or anything else that those aren't still intact.
By the
I
way,
don't want anything to fall through the cracks.
we intend to hold the property owner responsible too if there's further problems.
Right. I kinda.
Everything from before
Right.
needs to be intact, as well as whatever else is on here. And the size of the parking spaces is gonna have to be one of those, another waiver.
Well, let me ask a question.
How are we gonna make a distinction between parking spaces for customers versus the vehicle?
We don't have, I don't think we have a differentiation.
I do have one,
Yeah.
like designated structure.
Yeah, we do have it.
Well, I understand, but a parking space at a business is 10 by 20. I don't think we have a retail used car size for that.
Gotcha.
So that has to be another waiver, is the spaces.
Not that it couldn't be a waiver,
Right, I got
but it probably needs to be listed as a waiver.
it. Okay.
And the
Well,
logic,
that's what you're driving at,
yeah,
right?
and the logical use is, 9 by 18, that would work. I mean,
If we're
he's
gonna be
okay.
made aware of all those concerns
Yeah.
that were previous that we're not aware of,
Mr.
I've never been aware of it.
Mr.
till tonight.
Majewski and his staff are gonna be opening doors with their stuff, so if something happens, it's theirs,
Right, okay.
and,
I'll be glad to work with
these
Chief
spaces,
Kruska on that.
these spaces
safety
are gonna
issue,
have to
too.
be painted and maintained, so.
I'm sorry, what was that?
The spaces are gonna have to be painted and maintained, so if somebody goes by, like Mr. Kubiak, and sees things not where they're supposed to be, then, obviously has a problem,
Right.
so.
We've worked with Mr. Kubiak very well and applied whatever he's asked us to do.
Yeah, I just want you to understand that everything from before
Yes,
and the new stuff here, it needs to be on the list.
Yeah,
And like Mr. President said, maybe the work session's the best time for that, I don't know.
Yeah, well.
I don't disagree.
Pardon?
You said you didn't disagree.
Did not
Oh.
disagree.
I thought you said you disagree.
No,
No.
do not.
My ears match my eyes, so.
I hear you, I've got hearing aids myself.
Yeah. So can we find that information from, that,
All tire expansion?
all-tire expansion? And if so, get a copy of that to, Mr. Majeski here or to his attorney so that they can see what Barry's talking about here and we can all be on the same page.
It's gonna help to make a good motion whenever a motion is made. I don't have
It's thorough.
yeah, I don't have an issue with what you've got proposed here. My issue is I want it to be enforceable. I think everybody's issue is they want it to be enforceable going forward.
So you got all that in the motion you're gonna make?
No, not tonight.
We're gonna have to defer.
Make a motion to defer?
I was just explaining, we need it all to have a constructive motion that's enforceable. It's an agreement.
Yes, I agree. But we got different conversations and different people telling me what to do.
I'm sorry.
I'm not including you in that,
He's sorry.
I'm still
but
sorry.
I accept. All right.
So you guys are looking okay with the 60 proposed parking spaces?
But, I mean, it's gonna be his stuff.
I mean,
You know, he's got staff to deal with and, you know, I guess, if there's a problem with, auto touch, well, then he's gonna have to take it up with Mr. Mieski.
No,
This is as much as can be fit on there.
No problem there.
All 60 spots are in front of the building, right? Nothing in back where auto
No.
touch is?
No, these are in the back.
On the other side of the building.
There's 8 spots in the back of the building. There's 8 spots to the rear of the building, John.
Okay, I see him now.
Auto touches to the north, so.
Okay,
But this is, I mean, he can legitimately fit this many cars here. I mean, he parked cars over here on the side, and, I mean, we went through, you know, making sure that these number of spots he shows fits, you know, obviously the drawing's not to scale.
he has the property that will hold 60 cars for sale.
60 cars is all you're gonna fit in there, correct?
Okay, so if he has those spots with the
And the 60
waiver
cars,
for
I guess,
the
just to
size.
be clear, the 60 cars, the 60 spaces are including the 5 customer faces, so.
Well, you got employees too, so, you know, that's gonna take
So
a few more
55
spaces.
for sale cars, or 50, or whatever the number is. Like, at the end of the day, whatever does get approved, that number is gonna be key to
It needs to be a number.
enforcement,
Right.
so.
So what other
That's
number
why I had a
of
number
spots,
to
if
spot
it's 60,
to provide
it's 60 vehicles, which include vehicles for sale and personally owned vehicles by employees, customers, or the owner.
What's the use of this other building? That's never been brought up here.
Well, same thing, it's always been surface work.
I don't know your business, so.
Well, right, it was a service center it was all tire. So we fix our own cars and, you know, maybe fix a couple customers' cars, depending on who fixed them too. But right now, we've been contained to my little building for all this time.
Okay.
So being that we've grown, it's, you know, we fixed all of our cars before we sell them, and we obviously have more cars than we fit in our little building. So by having a bigger building, we can employ somebody longer, or 2 or 3 people to fix our cars, and there's always a customer car that breaks, or somebody drives up, and can you look at this, and we like to do it because if people come in and they're happy, then they're gonna buy more cars from us, and
Okay, is that all that building's being used for? You're not gonna store extra cars in there that are supposed to be on the lot?
Now, I have some vintage cars in there because once that goes to full service, then we'll put the vintage cars back in the little one.
Okay.
They were in the first place. I put them in the other building because it's nicer to show them. I don't know if you've ever been in our building, so.
I've not.
But in the other building, we have a couple vintage 60s cars, which when you walk in there and it's big and it looks nice and shows well.
Okay.
So more, it's like on Saturday, we're like the Antique Auto Museum. People come all day long to look at our old cars. cars or motorcycles.
Okay, thank you.
So you're saying a car that was produced in 1960 is vintage?
Yeah,
Said car.
Boy, he's making me old.
wouldn't have, no, I've been selling cars for 46 years. I feel old too sometimes.
I have a 1960 Lincoln, although I didn't buy it new.
Parades only.
Parades only.
Parades only.
All right, I would also like to know what all is gonna take place in this second building.
Well, it's a service building, so we want, so we, get started.
Okay,
So every
but
car before it touches the line,
Let
it's
me
serviced.
finish.
I would like to have what's gonna be done in that building, so we can put it into the motion with everything else, so that we know that, you know, this is what's going on in there, you're not gonna be selling Dairy Queen out of the back, or pizza.
We'll indicate a description of
But
what
just-
was done and what's being done, and there's no change.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
That-
I'll come up with the description on
Service
that.
and detail.
Exactly, yeah,
Service and detail. That's-
Yeah, just so we could
right.
Start making everybody.
I'll
put
come
it
up
in
with
the record.
a description so we can put it in the record.
That's right,
Yeah,
simple,
yeah,
2 sentences, whatever it takes.
sure, yes, yes, sir.
Have any other discussion?
Yes, we've acknowledged there's a problem there. It's gonna be another month before we do anything about it. I suggest maybe we get a hold of the state. It's a state highway there. 41 had to put the no parking signs up. I don't know if we can enforce no parking there.
We do have one.
Yeah, we can, but-
already.
A police officer can enforce anything anywhere in the state of Indiana.
Yeah, but to put the signs up, that's gotta be by the state.
You let it know.
Yeah.
You know that.
I'm talking about the state's got no parking signs going north, on the north side. Got no parking signs off 41. The city has to put no parking signs on the, going south on the southbound lanes.
That makes a lot of sense.
So we ever recently had a no parking sign, we kind of put it, not in a spot where people can see it. I was gonna ask if we could kind of put it up towards the street, because it's kind of like, if you go by and take a look, you'll see it. No one ever sees it.
Did you put that sign up, Tim, or did the state do it?
The state. They kind of just hooked it up in kind of a oddball spot, not necessarily facing where the people can see when they pull up. Because we've mentioned it a couple of times to people who are willing to park in the driveway.
We certainly can't give you permission to move a sign that the
No, I
state
don't
put
wanna
in.
move it.
I thought you were suggesting
No, no, I was
that
just
that you wanted to
bringing-
move it to a different, better
No,
spot.
no, I was bringing to your attention that it should be towards more, it's in the middle of the lawn, but not necessarily, I must go by it 25 times before I notice there was no parking sign.
There's not much of a shoulder there.
It's should be closer to the street, but it's more in the grass where it kind of,
Well, they don't wanna put it back up every year when they hit it with 1,000 pounds of snow.
oh, yeah.
Right, right.
Hey, Tim, those waivers, that were on paper, yeah, gather those up. If you have to get to the video, please do that too.
It should be in the minutes or something, so.
Should be.
So they're gonna look into it and see what they can find
You
out.
want the original waivers from the Altair expansion and a waiver for parking space size?
Yeah, I think that's, since we don't have a exception, and we're gonna allow out 60 parking spaces that aren't regulation,
What are the size of those parking spaces?
9 by 18,
9 by 18.
Up for the customer.
except for the customer, yeah.
The customers are, right,
Yeah.
We
The only way to count the cars and see where they're at is make sure there's spaces, is make sure there's lines. So,
that's right.
I mean, like trying to count dust in the air otherwise.
And you're not saying, so I understand, is that so long as we list it, that you all might go ahead and grant the waiver for the cars that might be a smaller size, because I don't think the spaces are smaller size where the cars are being parked in terms of, other than the
That would,
customers.
yeah, because we don't have Dave, we don't have an exception to parking spaces, right?
We don't.
Okay, and I don't think this, I think for the scope of work here, I think this is gonna work out, but it needs to be a waiver,
Correct,
you know, so the spaces don't get any smaller.
correct, yes, Correct. And I clearly understand it needs to be painted and marked and maintained.
Yeah, we need that all in writing, though.
Okay, is everybody good with what,
I got a pile of notes here, I'm gonna try to make sure that I make this clear,
okay,
and we need to have the contingencies from All Tire, but it's gonna take another meeting, unfortunately.
yeah,
Right.
so,
You get this together in 2 weeks, and come to the work session.
Wanna do a special public meeting, everything,
I don't wanna do a special public meeting
Okay.
for this. This is the first time we're
I
hearing
just
this.
asked, you're in charge.
First time, he's had it for 7 months, and now he's in front of us. He hasn't given us time to do anything other than, I saw it 2 days ago.
Okay,
So no special meeting.
so my deferral needs to be to the next public meeting.
No, they have to come to the work session.
Oh, my
Right.
deferral,
Well, we're gonna discuss it at a public meeting, or we're gonna do it at a work session.
you're probably right.
Defer it to the work session.
Defer it to the work session.
Right.
I'll make a motion to defer this item to the work session, 2 weeks.
I'll second it.
Got a motion to defer to the work, next, Plan Commission work session by Mr. Parker, seconded by Mr. Wilkenny. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes, but I think we gotta have Mr. Hen invited to the work session too.
I think that's a good idea.
Mr. Wilkenny?
Yes.
Mr. Kapur?
Yes, motion carries 7-0.
If you have Chief Grisco get a hold of me, I'd be glad to talk to him about what we might do over there. for
Sure.
Public safety.
I'll give him a buzz tomorrow.
Yes. He has my phone number, Liz.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Okay, next, letters of credit. Cedar Lake Storage, performance letter of credit in the amount of $7,700 to expire on July 1st, 2026. Do we have anybody here, or?
Good evening. Can everybody hear me?
Yes.
This is Chris Porter with Cedar Lake Storage.
Okay, what's going on with the sidewalk?
We started some site work, just beginning to prep the space for the sidewalk. Unfortunately, it's just, the weather has just been unfavorable for us to be working, and contractors are getting backed up. I've made it clear to the contractors that this needs to be finished by the end of June, so we're just continuing to work at it.
Okay,
Full date.
yeah, we need to set a full date, just in case.
You got a date you like, Dave?
You call them, I'll get them. Think so, I don't know.
July 1st. June 25th?
That's fine.
Make a motion to set a pull date for June 25th.
I'll second it.
I have a motion by Mr. Parker to set a pull date for June 25th, which means the sidewalk should be done by that date, otherwise, we need to, pull on that, letter of credit. Seconded by Mr. Wilkenny. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
No.
Mr. Wilkenny?
Yes.
Mr. Kapur?
Yes, motion carries 6-1. Number one, summer winds, units 1, 2, 3, maintenance letter of credit in the amount of $215,432.18 to expire on June 20th, 2026. Good evening.
Good evening, Brad Lambert, 8865 Crooked Bend, St. John. I am 50% of the development team out in Summer Winds. Just want to point out, I think the agenda item here, I think has been misprinted. That it's actually the performance letters of credit for this project that are set to expire here. And
Yeah,
I'm here to offer the maintenance letter of credit.
$50,000 performance and the rest would go to maintenance, right? Correct, Luke?
That's correct. The amount on here is correct. It was, Brad's right. It was a performance to maintenance, and the maintenance letter of credit would be in the amount of the 215 and change. And then there's the $50,000 performance that you mentioned for the outstanding sidewalk.
Correct.
Yeah.
That's the way you understood it?
Yeah, I have that. We can send a draft. This letter.
Does that look right, Luke?
It looks right for the maintenance.
Right.
I don't see a is there a performance one in there too?
On advice of legal counsel, we were, advised to attend the meeting tonight and submit the maintenance letter, yes.
So
So you're not putting up a $50,000 bond?
No,
Is that what you're saying?
correct.
That's the problem.
It's contingent on that.
It's a big problem.
Luke, the performance bond has itemized stuff on there, right?
Yeah, it was based on a
So many
cost
feet of
estimate
this.
that Brad prepared and
Yeah, but I mean,
agreed
the
with.
performance bond, that's how it's all laid
Yeah,
out.
It's correct. It's the estimated cost of improvements, and then you usually multiply it by 110%.
Okay, so in the performance, it didn't say sidewalks. He said he was gonna take care of the sidewalks in here, correct?
That's correct. It's a loophole in the way we calculate the performance bond because of just that whole developer versus builder relationship about who installs the sidewalk. So it's a sort of a shortcoming, but it's a public improvement that obviously is an obligation.
Okay, so there was a verbal agreement in here, not on paper. And we had a special public meeting based on the verbal agreement. Mr. Austin, is this sidewalk thing enforceable?
Yes.
All right, now, first question. Did he complete the other two minor items that were on the punch list?
Yes,
Those have been completed.
yes.
Okay. So, we could accept this performance letter, this maintenance letter of credit because he completed the original punch list is done. But we requested a $50,000 performance letter of credit or bond for sidewalks be presented to us at the same time, which you're telling us you're
Change his mind.
You're not gonna do it, which... So do we have to accept this maintenance letter of credit?
Well, what happens if you don't? Nothing gets done that's subject to the maintenance letter of credit responsibilities, and the money still stays under his control. Those are bad circumstances.
What do you suggest, a pull date?
It says expiration is June 20th.
Yeah. My suggestion is gonna be if you want a pull date, we do it tomorrow.
Yeah, I think we don't have a choice, to be honest.
The verbal agreement in this room doesn't really mean anything.
Well, it does mean something. That's why you have the dialogue, otherwise we don't come to meetings like this. Make commitments, impose conditions, agree to deviations.
Mr. Lambert, how long has that project been going on? Almost 10 years?
I think for maybe the initial, request for, plat review.
Summer Winds Residential.
Yeah.
It's been going on almost 10
The
years.
construction part of it, I think, has been, 7 years.
Okay. And there's been a lot of extensions, requests.
Yeah,
For
there has
you
been.
guys
Well,
move things along.
I think part of it, a lot of it had to do with the 80%,
Yeah.
threshold we had to meet.
Yeah.
And, you know, lots has changed hands a couple of times, those duplex lots there. And, that's contributed, I think, to,
Well, again-
the length of time that it's
Yeah.
taken to get to the 80% threshold. But then, since then, you know, we've moved on everything we could, yeah.
But the request for extensions on many things have been granted, right?
Yes.
From us?
Yep.
And Mr. Austin, the water line that got extended, what did that cost the taxpayers in this town?
That was north of $150,000.
I just,
Town fulfilled its obligation in that agreement, which was made in this room.
so this sidewalk thing that you said is enforceable, it is one of those reasonable conditions?
It is. It's goes to the portion of the code that describes the imposition of reasonable conditions being in your toolbox.
So if a reasonable condition was to not grant any permits to this developer or any of his partners, until these sidewalks are done, is that a reasonable condition?
No, it's probably worse than that.
Okay.
I can tell you my last vote in that special meeting of rolling those 3 units into one was contingent on the $50,000 for the sidewalk. So if we're not getting at $50,000, that wasn't my vote. My vote was gonna be to keep all 3, and the money would be sitting there in our pockets right now until everything was completed. But we, as a committee, granted that, and now we're not getting that because it was a verbal agreement, which is on record.
We got 2 choices. We can accept what he's offering, or we can set a poll date for tomorrow, because it has to be tomorrow.
And just one point of note, that is that we are repouring the sidewalks, you know.
I know you've been out there,
Yeah,
I drive through there
so-
every afternoon I drive through there.
Yep.
But the dates are the dates, and the calendars are calendars, and Mother Nature doesn't care.
Yeah.
What you think or what we think. There's no,
Yep, but we're making progress, yep.
even Tim said you're making progress, but again, we're down to the 11:59.
I guess the main thing we were trying to accomplish at that last meeting was a guarantee that the sidewalks would be completed. And with us accepting this with no bond for sidewalks, what's the guarantee that the sidewalks are gonna be completed?
Yes, sir, honestly, I can't comment. I mean, my attorneys advised me not to say anything about that.
So it'd been kinda nice if we heard about this sooner than 8 o'clock.
Well, my attorney is out of the country right now, otherwise he'd be here with me. That's David Bowles with Craig DeVault, so just so you know that, I mean.
Yeah, I'm just saying, you know, we'd like.
I'm not making it up, I'm saying that's where it's at for, you know, as far as what we were advised to do, so.
So if we pull this bond, this letter of credit, if we pull it tomorrow, do you finish the sidewalks?
Sorry?
If we pull this letter of credit tomorrow, do you finish the sidewalks?
Pull that letter of credit, he's out of it, he's done.
No, because he's arguing is that.
That's right, that is a consequence.
Pardon?
That is the consequence.
There's no maintenance, there's no anything.
Okay, that's what I'm trying to find out. Okay, so then what happens is that, we would have to finish the sidewalks
And maintain them.
and maintain them, so the 50 grand would come out of this maintenance.
The way I understand it, the way we've always done it, am I wrong?
No, it is how.
And this is the last thing that I wanna do, but I don't know what else to do.
How many feet of sidewalk are left?
Of the sidewalk that we're replacing, we replaced, including the pour we'll make tomorrow, about 1,600 square feet. So the remaining sidewalk, most of it is gonna be resurfaced, yeah. About, another 1,200 square feet to do.
You said there was 4,000 square feet at the last meeting.
Yeah, there's been some of the sidewalks we've replaced, et cetera. The other sidewalks is, I mean, I put on there, I have some, there's about 200 square feet, different panels that I honestly don't know what's wrong with them. So I had put that in an email, we're just gonna try to take a look at them next time we're out there.
But this is a bad situation that I don't wanna be in. I mean, I know technically the builders is responsible for, which puts you in a bad position, also puts us in a bad position, puts your customers in a bad position. I don't know what else to do here, though, because this just doesn't affect your situation. It sets precedent for future developers, which we already have a tremendous amount of trouble enforcing things around here. So I think it's unfortunate that, but I don't know what else to do, but make a motion to set a pull date.
Okay. And it's not 215,432, it's more like 538,000, because the motion was to combine all three of them, plus the 50,000.
Well, before we make a motion to set a pull date, we're gonna have to have an accurate number. Anybody have that?
$438,580.46 is what I came up with.
So
It's gotta be more than that.
538?
So the process, so Tim, the process when, if and when this is given to you,
I'm just going by what the
tomorrow or the next day,
The total is.
last time.
how do you approach this?
I don't know. This is, I've never.
I mean, I'm thinking you're done doing sidewalks, so who do you hire? Do you hire?
The last time that this has happened, the engineer guys took care of getting the rest of the stuff taken care of.
The engineer guys, you mean like,
Don
okay.
did the one in, Lynchway, and
So,
Monastery.
so Luke could hire,
Well, the Monastery North, or Don we did as much as we could.
Is Jack Hulls the engineer on this project still?
I don't know, is Jack Hulls the engineer on this?
Yeah.
DVG.
DVG is the engineer.
Okay.
Yep. I guess to clarify, if the maintenance is, $215,432.18, the way we calculate maintenance bonds is it's 10% of the original cost of improvements. So we would go back to the original cost of improvements is not, it is gonna be $2,154,321.80. Now, that's not what's outstanding out there, but that's the original cost of improvements, how we calculate this bond.
So the current performance bonds that are in place are 25% of that.
Correct, but there was that 110% factored into that too. But you're right, they were reduced to the maximum 25%, which is why they were so low when
And that's
we
the
rolled them
number I
over.
calculated was.
So what's the number we use? Luke's number or Pete's number?
Could be Luke's.
I think Pete's number is more, closely
It's the
aligned to
current.
what remains.
It's the current performance bond, the three current performance bonds. You have last month's agenda.
438,000 and what?
538,000.
538.
538, 580.46.
580.46.
580.46.
That's the bond that's up now?
That's from the special meeting.
That's the number?
no good.
No, that's just typically accepted.
Yeah.
I guess I don't really need a number, I just need to make a motion to set a poll date, don't I? You figure out the number.
So, Luke, if this is pulled on tomorrow, what is, would you take care of finding a contractor to do these sidewalks? Is that how it works?
I would, yeah, help the town find a concrete person to do them.
What's your cost?
Well, I'm suggesting that for everybody's well-being, try to hire Lambert Concrete, but
We make a motion to set a poll date for June 18th, 2026.
I have a motion to set a poll date for June 18th, 2026. Do I have, by Mr. Parker, do I have a second?
I'll second it,
Second.
with the contingency that we get an accurate number in an email tomorrow.
I concur.
Is that based on the performance letters, the 3 that we had from last?
I was gonna leave that up to Austin's office. He's the one that's gonna have to pull it. That's the reason why I left it empty.
There was 3 separate ones,
Yeah.
1, 2, and 3.
The total of the numbers.
My motion need to include 1, 2, and 3?
Should.
I amend my motion to include units 1, 2, and 3.
I concur.
Motion pulled by Mr. Parker, seconded by Mr. Wilkeny. Any further discussion?
No.
Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkeny?
Yes.
Mr. Kapar?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Thank you.
Brad, is your banker in town? You leave?
Wait, his name is on here. There's a name on here, Mr. Austin.
I'm sorry?
There's a name on their proposed amount.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Nope, never.
I don't understand it.
I was shocked as you are. I don't know why. I don't know what was the...
Okay, update items. Beacon Point Unit 6 Performance Letter of Credit in the amount of $133,733.95 to expire on July 27th, 2026.
Yeah, this one, actually, this one goes together with the next one. These two are being lumped together, and the intention is to roll over both of these into a single maintenance letter of credit. We did go out there and do an inspection of the roadway before they can do the final surface. Everything checked out okay. They're gonna do that final surface in the next couple of weeks. That's probably the biggest thing they have left. We'll also do some inspections to see if there's anything else we want to fix in the next month and a half, but other than that, they're in great shape. But we'll probably know more by this time next meeting. But
And we'll still have time if we need it, which we're probably not gonna need it, so.
correct.
Okay.
And I'll just say I'm leery about rolling anything into anything now. Each one should be an individual.
I don't blame you.
Because I voted on something totally different than what I got tonight.
Well, I guess when we have these multiple phases rolling into a single letter of credit, it actually makes things easier for us, just administratively. It's just rare because typically the timing of those phases just doesn't lend itself well to doing that.
Understood.
But in reality, it does, it makes it easy on me, and the town, I think.
I've been doing this for a long time, Pete, and it befuddles me.
The rolling of the summer winds was not a problem, per se tonight. It was his denial to put up to $50,000 bond that created a problem. And so I don't see really a problem with rolling them together. that was just a strange situation there tonight, so.
Well, the whole premise of this, the special meeting was based on all that, like he was saying.
Yeah, so, it's done, so.
Gotta be on paper, or means nothing.
Number 3, Birchwood Phase, 135, maintenance letter of credit, the amount of $395,168.95 to expire on August 16, 2026. Luke, you got anything on that, or?
Yeah, we, actually, just last Friday, we sent Olthoff our punch list, which was a combination of CBEL items and town public works items. There's a lot on the punch list, but it's a lot of little things, and they have, it was exactly 2 months, so they're in pretty good shape. That's gonna be one of those where, at the next meeting, or maybe the meeting after, I'll have probably a better update, but that's where we stand.
Okay, sounds good. Okay, public comment. Do we have any public comment?
Oh,
What?
Go ahead, Greg.
well, maybe you should go ahead, because we have to talk about this, we were requested by Mr. Recupero to talk about the surf internet issue that's ongoing.
Oh, okay, go ahead.
Evidently, surf internet's created a lot of issues lately. Mr. Kubiak seems to have his thumb on it. However, we kinda need to decide, this stuff doesn't get rectified. They got equipment on other people's property, they're private property, because they think they're easements, and it seems like somebody hasn't done their homework over there, so.
There's some people in Cedar Point Park that are incredibly upset with good reason, because they've, removed property stakes, and other issues.
So,
I don't wanna get way out here in the weeds unless you got something to add, or where you're
No,
at
I
with
mean,
this.
we've had a couple people in, we've had some complaints. I reached out to the guy from Surf, and I'm meeting him out there tomorrow. I asked a couple of questions that were asked of me without very good answers as to, you know, why are they not in the right of way shown on the plans and the, you know, the subdivision plat. And I didn't get much of an answer other than he was gonna check into it and find out what's going on. So, Skip brought in some more pictures today. Like I said, we're gonna meet him out there. Today, I was gonna get out there today, but by the time I left, it was raining like heck.
Oh,
I
yeah,
didn't
today,
make it over there, but I didn't think I was gonna find much going on, but.
I can't believe you didn't have more problems you had today.
I did make a call to the guy from Surf, and he's supposed to be out there tomorrow, so.
so you have a list, not a big list, but a short list?
Well, I got pictures, and I got several different items to look at, so I guess my initial, discussion with him is going to be, where are they getting their information from, where the right of way is?
This is subcontractors they're using.
Yeah.
Apparently that question was not answered very well to me today, and I explained to him that just because you put it in doesn't mean it's staying in, and you were not permitted to put it on private property. So, where we go from here is, you know, just for any assurance that you have, we did not permit phase 3, which they're working on now, until phase 1 was finished and inspected, and all the complaints were addressed and taken care of. And we're not going to permit any further until, till these ones are done, so I don't know.
So there is 3, phase 1 isn't done and inspected?
Phase 1 is done and inspected.
Phase 2?
Phase 2 is not finished and inspected.
So they should have moved on to phase 3 until phase 2 was done?
No, they're allowed to work on 2 at a time,
Oh, I
as per
see.
your guys' approval.
So you got that resolved since then, phase 1?
Phase 1 is complete, correct.
Okay.
And they fixed the stuff on the punch list, they got everything done, all the complaints were taken care of. This phase 3, we've gotten an awful lot of, and again, I looked at the plat for the neighborhood, and there's a 16-foot right-of-way in there to work in that's all pavement, and I don't know what the plan, I didn't get time to get out their plans that they brought all that stuff into when they first started, but I'm sure that their plans to put it in do not include it on private property.
On the private property, did they, put the pipe in already?
There are pipes on private property.
So they'll have to remove that and move it.
Does this board need to take action on anything to help you
I-
enforce anything?
I think we do.
I wish Dave was in the room.
I think after your discussion with them tomorrow, they need to stop until all this is rectified.
No, and I agree.
Not 6 months from now, not.
I don't think that, I mean, at the end of the day, I guess, I agree with that too.
I mean, if you're going to do that, and you need our support or want our support, I'd be happy to take a roll call, or have Cheryl do it, but
No, anything is.
I mean, that's ridiculous. That's like zero homework.
Right.
Absolute zero homework.
And that's what it looks like, so.
Do you know about this yet, Dave? The surf internet rodeo that's going on?
No. I know there's a rodeo. I don't know what the details are.
Tim kind of explained to them what happened.
Just that we're getting kind of several complaints that they're on private property, putting in stuff that's not in the right of way, so, in Cedar Point Park, so.
And I guess down in Cedar Point Park, the resident went out there and took their key and they called the police on him and because he was on their property.
Did, you issue permits, Tim, for them to, work in town?
Yes.
Put a hold on the, permit and, request the right person from corporate come here.
Yeah, I'm meeting the guy tomorrow, so, I already had the discussion with him about the situation when he's coming out, so.
I don't think they should continue doing anything.
Stop the work.
Do we need to take action on this board for anything with that, or no?
If you gave an approval, you should take some action about their performance.
We have to amend the agenda.
To amend the agenda?
You should amend the agenda.
Make a motion to amend the agenda to take up surf internet.
I'll second it.
Motion by Mr. Parker to amend the agenda to add surf, internet, seconded by Mr. Wilkeny. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkeny?
Yes.
Mr. Kapura?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Okay,
So a stop work order?
Stop work order, blanket.
Make a motion.
okay, just a minute here. As long as it's on the agenda now, I'm gonna call for your administrators to deal with us.
That's fine, certainly. Oh,
If you'd like to speak, sir, your administration is open right now. State your name and address, please.
Skip Cachet, 7709 West, 134th Place, Cedar Point Park. I'm the one that's created this, and I'm the one that grabbed the keys.
Okay.
I'm the one that gave Mr. Kubiak the plat from the surveyor's office. Also a builder, an engineer, and do a lot of work, consulting. The things that they're getting away with started over a month ago. Okay?
is it all in Cedar Point Park, or do you know?
Yes, that I know of, but I haven't been around.
Okay.
Mr. Kubiak got 28 pictures today. They've drilled under houses. Look down at the end, I'll show you. Can I step up?
Sure.
Jeff.
I didn't think you only owned the surface, right? You owned everything.
This is this address. You tell me where that box is.
Along the edge, I saw them working, yeah.
Okay? They tore up roads. We all know in Cedar Point Park, it'll be 30 years before they pave that again. The problem that I have with the whole town is not the street department, not the building department. Nobody will answer a question. Okay? Better yet, I build a house, I put silt fence. I silt worm. They cover up trenches. Here's your parking lot today.
Yeah, we saw that yesterday, and
You guys got a call from the county because I got the stormwater board on you. That's a public call.
Traffic out here.
Here, you wanna see the video?
No, it's okay.
I can't get away with it. Why can these people get away with it? It's subcontractors to subcontractors to subcontractors. I'm the one that,
with all due respect, we didn't know about it till yesterday.
this
And I wanna
town
take
has
that
known
comment
about it
back.
for a month. The first time, they were 6 foot out of easement at Mom and Dad's house at the top of the hill. A month ago.
Well, again, I didn't know about it a month
No,
ago.
pulling stakes out, I'll show you where they pulled all the survey marks. Lucky I have mag nails in the street, and I keep them painted. The roads are trashed. 16 buckles. Short shooting the bore under the road. The problem is, we want to do our stuff for the town, we want to do it right. When they leave and drag up, like they did in Lowell, like they did in Crete, Tim's guys are going to be plowing the snow, and I got a pothole. They're never going to come down there and fix it. There's more than $75,000 worth of repairs in my subdivision alone. You guys charge $55 for a drill permit, but it cost me $15,000 to build a new house. And a $75,000 cash bond? You guys are nuts. Whoever approved this is crazy. No construction manager, no project manager, BS&F. I don't know who you work for, Luke. Nobody's keeping an eye on these guys but our IT guy, because it's power-related. Bullshit. It's a construction-related project. It's what I consult on. You guys are nuts.
Tim, do you have all the blacktop, do you know where all that blacktop he's talking about?
I know where, I've gotten pictures of them, but I know where they are, yes. I've
Right.
gotten photos of them.
Maybe Luke needs to give him a number.
You want to see better yet?
Because if this list is that long, what we're holding from them,
Could I give you my card,
gonna be
and would
enough?
you send me that to me?
I should send you guys a bill for all the time that I haven't been at work engineering this. Here's my empty lot that they decided to back on outside of their scope of work. And then they try to pay me $500 to fix it. Okay?
Ridiculous.
That's why I took the keys. I do like the guys in blue. That's why I took 6 cops at my house. 3 wasn't enough. But I'm not afraid to go back to prison.
So this list that he's talking about, it's fairly long?
Yeah, it's very long.
Did I do my due diligence with the county?
Yeah, I mean-
So it seems like, yeah.
Yeah, and again, I never heard about the thing in your mom's yard until yesterday. I mean, I never heard about it, and I haven't had time to keep an eye on them, and I agree that there's, they're in there working, and they're.
I'm for hire.
But it's a lot going on in that that permit that was approved for each section of this is a $55 permit for each section. So.
Yeah, but did we agree to that here at $55?
Yeah, when Terry was here.
So do we need to change that?
We need some.
You guys need to get your money back. And a hell of a lot more than that. Did you guys get the email from Dan Grossman at the county? It went out. Because where's the MS4 on all this? Go down Morris Street. I gotta put silt fence up around a manhole. They got piles of dirt down Morris Street. Don't give me this crap, it's raining. I gotta do it. I like Tim. I like Eddie Paul. I like Tony. Hey, your silt fence is laying down. Would you mind staking it back up? Not a problem, guys. But you're gonna let these morons?
So, Dave, other than the stop order, can adjustments be made? Permit fees and things like that?
Yes, sounds like breach of contract all over.
Well, I think they need to have a stop order, and they need to be reassessed as to what damage is done to date. They put up, 50,000 per phase. If we need to pull the money, then we pull it, and,
It was a rolling 50, right?
well, then they're supposed to finish one, and then the 50 right, and it passed, then the 50 covers the next one. I was against all that, but I
If they're
voted
doing,
for it,
if they're doing 2 phases at a time, that 50 doesn't go very far.
But yeah, but I was under the impression they were supposed to just do one at a time. Do one, complete it, and then move on to the next one, is what I remember from sitting here. And I know I wanted more than 50 grand, but, there was a lot of pullback on it, but that's no excuse, on my part. I mean, you know,
So maybe-
I mean, who's supposed to be watching these guys do the work?
It's a great question.
I know you can't get anybody who speaks English when you have a problem with them.
So, Mr. Auction, maybe,
Why not keys?
Tim, maybe after you talk to whoever that gentleman is tomorrow, he needs
I had
to
a
be
problem
invited.
before.
He needs to be invited in here.
Yeah, but I wanna know, who watches these projects for the town? The engineer, or
Nobody.
why?
Skip,
We-
Skip's watching them.
It's a good question.
Well, it's a good thing Skip's watching them, and
I mean-
we don't have things like that other than NIPSCO very often. It's kind of
And I've done projects with them too, so that's how I get the lay of the land.
it's an unusual situation.
And we've been kind of keeping an eye on certain things when problems arise, but other than that, you know what I mean? And now we got this, so.
I'm looking out for my community,
At
at the end of the day.
And I appreciate that.
I'm looking out for the
that, too.
community. You know,
My motion stands, issue a stop work order. I'm gonna go further than that. We need to,
All right, let me, Greg, just, let me finish up and see if there's anybody else who wants to speak on this. Do we have any other remonstrators?
About that or something else?
About this.
Or about this?
Oh, no. I want to talk though after he's done.
Well, you'll get your chance like you usually do. All right, there's no other remonstrations are closed. Go ahead with your motion.
my motion is to issue a stop work order, get them back in here and get this thing, a tally of how much damage they've done. Get it pulled out of their cash bond, they go no further, they pull more permits, and this whole thing gets renegotiated if not squashed.
You may want to simplify that to withdraw the approval that was granted already. Stop work order issued, mandatory meeting here in the city town hall.
I concur with what he just said, that's in my motion.
I'll second it.
All right, I have a motion by, Mr. Parker to, issue a stop order and, withdraw approval, and, the other language Mr. Austin used, and seconded by Mr. Wilkening. Roll call, please.
Mr. Becker?
Yes.
Mr. Parker?
Yes.
Mr. Carnahan?
Yes.
Mr. Swick?
Yes.
Mr. Hunley?
Yes.
Mr. Wilkening?
Yes.
Mr. Kapur?
Yes, motion carries 7-0. Okay, thank you.
Mr. Chairman?
thank you.
Yes.
I'd like to have us, give, the town to give Tim permission to hire someone on the side to inspect us to help him out.
That's up to the town council.
That's what I said, we gotta send them a letter, I requested that we send a letter that they give the operation manager the authority to hire someone to oversee this.
Jim, that's outside your authority.
You said that's outside your authority.
Oh, okay.
Looking at this from a reasonable perspective, if we're gonna, and again, this is the first time I've ever seen an internet company come in and want to bore and that sort of thing, but I think we need a provision that is overseen by CBEL, who oversees every other construction project, follows these guys around and make sure that it's right.
That's what it takes, I mean, you can't just.
And at their cost, not the taxpayers' cost.
Absolutely.
And that may be something
That's
at the
gonna be a
meeting.
discussion at the town council here very soon. probably before this gets restarted.
You got lots of time for that, right?
When they come,
I'm sorry?
it'll also be discussed when they come.
Yes.
So that's gonna get resolved.
Do we want them at the work session, or?
Yes.
You gotta find them first.
Well, apparently they're in Cedar Park.
Cedar Point.
That's
They
just,
got their keys back, they got their machine.
that's just their.
They're gone, they're down the road, they're on Constitution now.
When you have
And in
that
front of town
discussion, tell them somebody better be here at the work session.
Bud running in your sewers.
No zooming.
Be Tim and Cheryl, wouldn't it?
And I'm not trying to be a pain to the board, I just want what's right for the town and everything else. And
I appreciate
Tim looks
your
at me and,
comments.
and I've been bothering him and Eddie, and I want the questions answered. Where's their bond? How much? What did this cost? Where's their COIs? Where's everything else? And he's like, the board, this, I'm like, they're tearing it up. And
We
Tim,
have
I
their
respect
insurance.
you
I mean,
greatly.
No, we have their insurance and everything, right, but I can't do everything, I hate to say it, but I tried.
if you need help walking the streets, I got every house, every number, you know me.
That's your neighborhood, what have they done everywhere else?
Oh, I'll go up on the hill, trust me. If you need help, I'll be there.
Yeah, we had a few incidents, a few issues in Crystal Oaks and in that first phase, but I think there was a lot more area for them to work, and I think they got over here, and if you think about doing what they're trying to do in there isn't anywhere to do it. So obviously, the planning aspect of it wasn't done, because I found that out today talking to the guy.
So I've been through the whole chain, and I'll give you my list tomorrow, I'll come in. I mean, I've been through the drilling contractor, which is in Detroit, this is a sub, to SurfNet itself, to Tina or Tiffany, whatever her name is, to the general contractor. Here's the best thing. They have 3 different right-of-ways. One is, it's 10 foot, one is it's 16 foot, and one is 14 foot from the center of the road. As anybody that does any surveying or has any sense and knows, it's from property line to property line. Your ROW is between the property lines. If there's any excess or shortage, it goes to the property.
And that's all there is, that is what you just said.
I will show you where my mag nails are in the street. They're 5 foot in my yard.
Yeah, that's just ridiculous.
Okay, point well taken.
Thank you, Tom.
Thank you for your comments.
If you need me, give me a call.
Okay, thanks, Jim.
Thank you.
Okay,
Do what's right for the town.
public comment is now open. Step up to the podium and state your name and address, and we'll hear what you have to say.
Yeah, Richard Cruzwick, 10080 West 134th Avenue, president of the Summer Winds HOA. Trying to figure out what the heck just happened tonight. I understand you're pulling the bond as of tomorrow, the performance bond, right?
Correct.
And then whoever's gonna finish the concrete work, correct?
Tim is.
Well, whoever, the reason it's a concern, yesterday, Lambert pulled out the sidewalk across 2 driveways, so we got at least 2 people that can't get in their garages until concrete's poured. Got another one that's got half of the driveway apron cut out. We've got a whole section of concrete that's cut out and gone, coming down from the high school along King Street. And I believe part of what Brad was saying here tonight was, he said, well, until we pour concrete tomorrow. But he's not gonna be pouring concrete tomorrow, right? I presume he's not.
Mr. Cruzwick, we did the only thing that we could do based on the circumstances that we had.
I understand
I can't tell you
that.
what happens from here. I just know that it will get finished.
Yeah. Well, we get, like you said, my main concern, the immediate concern is we've got residents that are parking on the street because their driveways are out. The sidewalks across the driveways. So I'm just asking that whatever we're gonna do, we do quickly, at least for those people, so they can get access back to their homes.
Mr. Chairman,
Luke, can you look into that?
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I was informed that those 2 driveways will be filled. They'll be concreted over tomorrow.
By Brett?
Sorry,
by Mr. Lambert.
by Lambert Concrete.
Well, that's good to know. They were also resurfacing a whole section that I think they just started stage one of. It looks really awkward, so I'm just wondering where they're at.
Once the bond is pulled tomorrow, then the town has to make an assessment of what has to be done and set forth the plan. So we can't give you answers other than Mr. Lambert's gonna pour that, so missing concrete tomorrow.
My main concern is just to make sure that we don't sit on it for a while just because of the driveways, and we've got an answer here for the driveways. Your maintenance, your item here on the agenda was maintenance letter of credit amount of $215. Do I understand that maintenance letter of credit's not going to exist now?
No, it's not. We didn't accept it.
So there will be no 3-year maintenance period following the completion
When
here?
it's finished, it's finished.
So you guys have nothing to back you up on the roads 3 years from now, and we have nothing to back us up on anything 3 years from now?
Consequence of pulling the bond. That's the only choice we had.
Okay, I don't know if I like it, but like I said, I'm just looking for the answer, make sure I understand what happened, so. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Any other public comment?
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Terry Broadhurst, representing 631 North State Street, Lockport, Illinois, representing my property here at 14513 Morris. I want to go back to much earlier tonight. It's the Majeski plan. This was the parking discussion that was had at length. There was a couple of things that I felt weren't discussed at all during that discussion. I thought that maybe I would offer them up. I just given you suggestions. I've been in the building, I've been in the room on plenty of occasions when people discuss parking and sizing and all of that. A couple of things that weren't discussed tonight for his size parking spots were employee spots. He did discuss out loud that he had employees, but in them 5 spots, they were all discussed as customer. So in fact that, everybody else always has to average out how many employees they would have, and that would be included in their total parking. So that's one that you may want to think about. And the second thing, the fact that there's 2 businesses that are on this property, and in fact, I believe that north entrance was not approved originally on the variances. It was approved to have just an in and out at one southern entrance. Being that it's so close to the McDonald's, I can see why they wouldn't want that. But being that is the case, and having one entrance in and out, and I've been on the property a couple of times, I looked at cars in the property. So when I heard that number 60 cars, I almost fell out of my seat. I'm thinking, where in the heck are they gonna put 60 cars on that lot? And if you showed the picture of it, they can only get 10 across the front. You stack that's 30 cars just in front of what they already have. Where they're gonna get another 30 concerns me. Not me personally, but we talked a lot about public safety tonight on that property. So then we would have to start talking about emergency vehicle staging. If emergency vehicle had to pull in that property to get to the back or to handle something in the front, they block out the intersection or the driveway, that pretty much takes care of everything on the property. So being that there's 2 businesses on that property, I would think we definitely want to consider some open space that if they had to pull in, that they'd be there would be a spot there to accomplish that. He also talked a little bit later in the discussion about the old cars and how he wanted to get them on display in a cleaner, more visible spot. And he talked about how many customers love coming in on the weekends to look at these cars. So there was a bunch of discussion about how many customers he'd get, and it sounds like there's on average probably more than 5 on those weekends. So I just wanted to mention a few of these things, just to hopefully that when they go into the workshop, that maybe these things would be considered alongside everything else that was discussed. I don't disagree with the fact that his cars, he paid for them. If he wants to bang the doors back and forth when he's opening them, that's his problem. But there was one other thing I think might be worth mentioning. For all of our developers and customers that come in and are trying to do a parking lot, it comes down to engineering. And that engineering is certified, stamped, measurements are correct, the verifications of there actually being enough space for 60 cars is stamped off and verified. Right now, you guys are going off a hand-drawn thing with no verifications from anybody certified. So I'm just hoping that through your discussion in the workshop, some of these things would be considered. Thank you.
Thank you for that information.
Tim, Mr. Broadhurst brought up a good point. Find out about that north entrance, because I'm having a little deja vu about that. About it not being used anymore. I could be wrong, but there was discussion about doubling up that one side.
When would there have been discussion about that? Because the last two discussions about that property were one for the Altair and one for the...
Well, with all the waivers and things, when the Altair expansion happened, all this was discussed, and there may be something in there about not using that north entrance.
We never talked about the north entrance,
No?
not to my knowledge.
Okay.
And
Not that I remember.
I would like to know how many spaces they'd lose if we made them do 10 by 20.
Well, ultimately, Bob, we don't know that many spaces actually fit there, because as Mr. Broadhurst said, we don't have measurements,
Yeah,
because we don't have an engineered site plan.
right.
Yeah, these are all good questions for the work sessions.
Yeah.
Jot them down and we'll get answers. We're not gonna approve, at least I'm not gonna, call us to the vote if I don't have to, until it's what we want.
Till we're satisfied.
Yeah, I'm tired of sitting up here and being accused of screwing up. So, you know, even if I did, don't accuse me. But whatever. But yeah, we're gonna get it right so that we know what's going on. Hi, Barb.
Hey, Barb Orsey, 10290 West 138th Place. So my thing is kind of small potatoes in comparison to everything else. And it relates to that space exploration, the satellite Earth station antennas. So not being real familiar with what they are, what they look like, after they mentioned where their nearest facility is at the work session, they were correct then in that it is in Newton County, not Jackson. I don't know where she got that from, but if you look online, they have a map that shows all the locations. So I went down there to kind of check it out and to see it, but also to hear it, or to hear if I could hear it. Because after doing my research, doing some reading, I had concerns that consumers would have with this, or might have. So you guys got the letter, supposed to answer the questions that you had from the work session, and there's probably details in there that obviously I don't know about. So, a couple of small things. First of all, I would strongly recommend that you take them up on doing a sound study after they do the installation, because they can tell you all they want that, oh, it's not going to bother anybody. When I went down to look at this thing, and it's kind of a cute little installation, a bunch of little orbs, and I sat there and I listened. So the installation that they have down there is probably about half the size or less than half the size of the one that they're going to put here. Now, I couldn't really hear anything. This is in the middle of farm country. There's nothing else out there. So I couldn't really hear anything, but, you know, my ears are subjective. They're not objective. And sometimes even small amounts of noise can be annoying to different individuals. Now, I don't know in the letter if they said how far they measured, you know, to the nearest homes that would be located on the other side of the industrial park across the railroad tracks. But they're going to be putting townhomes over there, and it's about 600 feet I measured on the GIS. And, you know, maybe it would be bothersome. So instead of waiting until somebody might complain about it, get it done ahead of time. Okay, so if someone says, oh, by the way, it's bothering me. The second thing that I think they mentioned was that they said that these things would not interfere with, existing cell phone towers, but that's not, when I did the reading, that's not what I found. So I would suggest too, to ask them to, before you approve this, to guarantee that that's not gonna be an issue. And it might not be, but, you know, why take the chance? It's a little thing. The last thing is, again, from a consumer perspective, they talked about using a third-party fiber network, and I really would like them to name which one they're going to use. So they're gonna tap into, I don't know, T-Mobile, AT&T, I don't know, because I think as a customer, if on the small chance that my upload and download speeds get affected or are noticeably different, maybe not initially, but a little bit down the road, then I would like to know if that's a potential reason why. So this is all for consumer.
When that was first proposed,
Yes.
I looked back at the PUD agreement for the business park on 41 where they're proposing to put it,
Right.
and I couldn't come up with a single legal reason to deny it.
Oh, yeah, I'm not.
Based on the PUD agreement and
Yeah.
zoning.
Yeah.
I think we're getting fed a lot of BS. Yeah, I see all these TV commercials about data centers and how
Yeah.
great they are and how they're gonna lower our
Yeah.
utility bill. And I think that we've been lied to about the increase in our utilities, because I think we're paying for it already. But they're spending, and I will caution folks, anybody that is spending tons of money on anything, whether it's politics or marketing campaigns or whatever it is, they're not spending their money. That money's coming from somewhere, and that's who gets represented. The people who spend the least amount of money, you've got a better aspect of getting representation from the people who aren't spending a ton of money, because typically they're spending their money or people that are funding them. With marketing, people get buffaloed so much these days, and every arena everywhere is so corrupt and chaotic that we're just getting the wool pulled over our eyes everywhere we look. But at the end of the day, the only reason why I voted for that tonight is it fits the zoning for the PUD agreement for that area.
Oh, yeah, Mr.
There's no
Parker, I
legal
don't.
reason to deny it.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that. You know, when I look at it, it looks pretty innocuous, but gee, these are just a couple of small things that I think that they should be able to be forthcoming with. But other than that, you know, go for it. I mean, I personally, Starlink is not reliable as fiber, and it's not really as useful in a town that already has a lot of fiber systems in it. But they gotta put those things somewhere, and they're gonna try to make money, and that's fine, I just don't want it to be an annoyance.
It seems like that's what everything's about these days, is
well,
just about people stuffing
you know,
their pockets somewhere.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes, sir.
You said you went and visited the place,
I did.
where's Jackson, Indiana at?
I don't know, it's a county.
She went to Newton
I
County.
went to Newton, here, you wanna
okay.
see what it looks like? Yeah. So I took a picture of it. It's in Newton County, which is just south of here, obviously. It's just south of a little town called Mount Ayr.
I think she called the town Jackson, not the county, didn't she?
There isn't, no.
It's not Jackson County, did she mean Jasper County?
I don't know what she meant, but it's not in,
You know what that is, Jasper
she
County.
said Jackson,
I
it's
think it
not
might be
Jackson,
Jasper
it's in
County.
Newton, it's in Newton
It is in
County,
Newton, it's
yeah.
not just
I
south.
took a picture of it, you wanna see it?
I believe-
The information
Because-
we
and that
got
was-
was Jackson, Indiana.
That was based on,
Jackson.
that was based on the information you got?
Yeah.
Yes, but that's not what they said, and that's not what the map, when you
Mount
look
Air's in Jasper
online,
County, isn't
it has all the installations in the US and around the world, you can
Yeah.
look to see.
Straight across, Jasper, Pulaski, is straight across from Newton County,
So-
straight east of it.
Yeah.
Let's see, hang on. This is what it looks like. Because you see the only other.
Oh, I touched it.
Okay. You see the cute little things?
Those little white things?
Yeah, they're little like orbs.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what they look like.
Huh.
Yeah. Little teeny things.
Mm-hmm.
Because when they talk about the 8-foot fence, they're 8 feet, I guess, in diameter. So that would go over to the top of the thing. Okay. That's what they look like.
Well.
Oh, it switched off.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Mark.
Anything affiliated with, as far as I can see. Thank you.
Ms. Curry, you had a comment?
Yeah, is it okay if I stay here? Because by the time I get up there, I could use this mic?
Yes.
Okay. Carol Kerr, 9900 West 129th Place, and I get so angry that people are so nice about this, okay? Why did you say, Greg Parker, you voted for this? Why?
There is no legal reason to deny it with the zoning that it is going into.
So anybody who wants to do something, if the zoning's okay, you can say it's okay, right?
Carol.
What about the moral reason?
If the I can't make decisions up here based on moral reasons. I need a legal reason.
Okay, so legally, okay, let's start here. Who owns the land that this is on? Does the town?
Andrew Baltimore.
Okay. Could he have said, I don't want this? I was told Mr. Henn owns it. Mr. Henn doesn't own the land where this antenna's going on? No.
No, it's
Okay.
Action Plumbing.
Okay,
The
so
guy
the
that
person who owns the
Andrew
land, I looked it up legally, can
He
say
has
he doesn't
Action
want
Plumbing.
this antenna, correct?
I'm sorry?
The person who owns the land, I looked up the legal aspect, and he could have said, no, I don't want that antenna on there. It's his land.
It's his PUD, certainly.
He could have.
Yes.
Okay. What is our advantage? Are we getting a lot of money from this? Is the town, are they giving you a lot of money to put the antenna up there?
I'm sorry?
Are we getting a lot of money for this?
Ms. Kerr, do you have a comment, or is this question and answer time?
Well, because really, we should have the public comment before you folks vote. So I thank Pete Swick, and I thank James Hunley, because this antenna has everything to do, if you would have done your research, with the plant going up in Lowell, the data center. Without this antenna, Elon Musk can do nothing with it. The trillionaire. Who would even deal with him? I should be able to talk because you let everybody else talk half hour.
Yeah, I know,
I should have First Amendment rights.
But you go off on tangents.
Because I'm asking questions, you vote on something, this actually should have been a vote, like, for the public to vote on or ask questions. You didn't even research this. This antenna, what does this antenna have to do with? It has to do with the data center. So if you didn't give permission, that data center wouldn't be happening in Lowell.
All I know is the use fits the zoning, and I have no legal right to deny it.
So then why take a vote? It's just like, oh, legally you can do it.
The vote and the plan commission is to understand that it fits in the zoning, and the design fits the zoning, and it fits the plan where it's going.
But you could have all voted against it like the two smart guys
I
did,
don't
right?
know what the legal reason we would have.
Was he saying is true? Because I don't believe that's true. Because you can legally do something, go ahead and do it.
If it's legal, you can do it. Check out Indiana Code 36-7-4-6.
Sorry, I can't hear you.
It's in the book.
Okay, all I just want to finish up by saying is that, to me, when I look on the TV and our rights are being taken away, and we don't really know, because we didn't even get to ask this woman. Last time, I don't know if it was Hannah Boris, that's who was on today, but last time, she said something about so many kilometers away, which wrote a red flag one of my neighbors who's way smarter than me. And he called me and he said, I measured out where that antenna's going up, and it's exactly 4 miles from the data center they want in Lowell. He needs that antenna for that, okay? And you're against data centers? That data center in Lowell is going to affect our air here. We get affected by air in Chicago. That data is going to affect the water here.
I'm not in favor.
And the public had nothing to say about it. 7 men up there control our lives. There's something very wrong with that.
I let you talk.
And I am angry.
I get you're angry.
I don't say like, oh, go ahead, like
I
she
can't
said.
sit on
Oh,
the
go ahead,
plan.
make some money.
I can't sit, we're not making any money on this.
Then you should have said no, or the public should have been
I can't-
voting on this in a
Carol,
regular ballot.
I can't sit on the plan commission and make decisions based on my feelings or about organizations and people I don't like.
It's not people you don't like, it's someone who's a trillionaire taking away our rights.
There's no legal reason to not allow that
How about
in
the air?
that
How-
zoning district.
The legal reason is, how do you know what this antenna's really doing?
At the end of the day, Carol, I don't know what any of this technology
Then don't
is
vote for
doing.
it if you don't know. Be an informed person, you have to be informed and do your research.
I'm not in favor
And
of
this
that.
Hannah Brown, we should have been able to ask her questions.
Okay.
People, I have a science degree, she has a science degree. We could have asked her some scientific questions. They weren't asked. And to me, other than you two men, and thank you, you step on the graves of people who fought for our freedoms because they're being taken away, and this guy is taking them away.
Carol-
If you don't see that, then you are blind.
We have a fiduciary responsibility to
Fiduciary.
represent the taxpayers in these positions.
It has nothing to do with money,
And
so
if
there's
we-
no
if we do
fiduciary
something
responsibility.
here that
And
has no legal backing, we end up with a lawsuit.
you
that
don't
the
know what this
taxpayers
is
have to
doing. You're gonna
defend.
be sued if you didn't, that makes no sense at all. Because you can do, because something's okay to do, doesn't mean you have to do it.
Where's this data center you're talking about?
In Lowell,
Is it started yet or what?
it's 99% there. People don't want it. The town does, because you know why? It's a hard deal not to take, Mr. Swick. 22 million up front? Boy, couldn't we use that. Every road here would be paved in gold, okay? Wouldn't it? Hard to take when you're hard on money. But where's your moral value? What's for the next generation that has to breathe the air from there? Noise is one thing, but it's gonna affect the air and water and every one of these things. There was a senator around showing the water in a town in Georgia. Did you see that? It's brown, and they had well water after the data center came in from 2 different areas. So don't tell me that you didn't do your research, and then we get to ask a question, a public comment, after you vote. 2 people stood up. The rest of you did not. You step on the graves of men who served in our country to give us rights, because we don't know what this satellite little train thing running around's really doing, do you? Do you have a
Okay.
science degree that would check
Okay.
into it?
Okay, okay. Do you have any other comments other than what you just?
That was wrong. I have one other comment. I want to bring up the last meeting because I'm a registered nurse for 35 years with a bachelor's degree. Go ahead, look at each other. And you used an analogy when I said we spent over $500,000 on Christopher Burke Engineering. And you used the analogy, well, before that, the town was messed up, and with them here, yeah, they're a reputable company, no problem with them, but they charge what engineers get charged. And you said to me, with my medical background, that Mr. Kapura did. If you had a heart condition, Mrs. Kerr, would you go to a podiatrist? Don't insult my intelligence, sir. Don't insult me.
I did not
You did say that to me.
I did not
So
say
I
that.
want to say, though, there are civil engineers that do water and that do sewer. So there are engineers that you can hire. Oh, I can't talk because you disagree with me.
He didn't say that, I did.
No,
On tape.
because you won't let anybody get a word in edgewise.
Because I want to say my say. You're gonna hammer me away. You didn't hammer the guy you talked to for a half an hour about a parking lot, did you, Mr. Kapura? He could talk all he wanted to. Well, I'm gonna talk all I want to.
Not if I stop you, you won't.
Oh, how are you gonna stop me? Physically? You're on my First Amendment rights, because I can prove on tape, you let other people talk. And what I want to say is there are civil engineers, Mr. Parker, and they handle water, and they handle, what our problems are with sewer. So you could hire a civil engineer, a lot of towns have. I can give you the names of them. Hammond's one of them. So there are civil engineers.
You say we're adjourned.
Look at each other.
I got a question for Dave.
That's all I have to say. Pound your gavel.
Okay, hang on. Mr. Austin, just for clarity,
How about making the public comment before you vote? Instead of after, when it doesn't matter what we
You said
say.
you were done, and you interrupted me, please.
Pardon?
You said you were done, and you interrupted
Yeah, I'm
me,
done.
please. Mr. Austin, just for clarity, Andrew Baltima could not deny selling that piece of property to somebody after it was for sale, because he didn't like what was going there. Is that correct?
In part, it's correct, and in part, it is not.
Okay, he can't change the PUD after the fact.
He cannot do that.
Okay, all right.
That's correct.
Okay. He could amend his PUD and make changes, but he can't change it based on somebody walking in.
Well, he can petition for that to occur.
Right.
Without guarantee of it being approved as amended. That's subject to the process.
So as far as the antennas go, a reasonable condition was all we could possibly add.
At the end of the day, you guys approved the site plan for the SpaceX. You did not approve the use, you approved the site plan. That's what this was, that's why this wasn't a public comment. It was a site plan.
Yeah.
That's it.
Because it fits all the parameters of the PUD.
And fits into the PUD.
Yeah.
And it's already by right.
When you have something like that, in my view, how can you say, how can you vote against it? It fits. I don't care what the use is.
Specifically listed in the PUD and approved use. This was on the agenda for a site plan approval.
Oh.
So it wasn't a public hearing, it was a site plan, that was it.
I mean, I have no dog in the fight for the antenna
I don't either.
site, and I can't stand the thought of the data centers. I can't stand it. But at the end of the day, I can't stop it, and I can't make decisions based on things I don't like. Not what I'm here for.
Just one comment, because whenever we do have somebody up in front of us, we always have remonstrations. And we have remonstrations on this site here, so people did have a chance to speak.
For the site plan, a site plan is not a public hearing, you don't have demonstrators. It's a site plan approval. That's what that was. That's why
Didn't we have remonstrators when it was?
We had demonstrators for the preliminary plat approval, because that's a public hearing.
You can do it, but you don't have to do it.
All right.
That's right. You can do it, but you don't have to.
Right, okay. All right, any other comments?
Okay, Jeff Beal, 10240 West 134 Dale, Clear Lake. I got a couple of things. First, Greg, Mr. Parker, when you're saying that you can't vote against something because it fits the criteria. Well, why did Mr. Hunley and Mr. Swick, what was their legal thing? Why did they vote no? I mean, they knew this, that it's, I mean, you guys have voted no on many things.
I can only base my decisions on my experience and my beliefs on what happens.
True.
Everybody else has theirs.
But you were saying everybody should have voted yes, because you cannot, you basically said you cannot vote no because fits the plan.
I said I couldn't come up with a legal reason to vote no.
Well, they did. They must have.
I don't know if they did or not.
Well, they voted no.
Everybody has their own vote.
Everybody's got their vote.
One thing about, this performance letter of credit about summer winds. So you still have to come up with a number. You said it's not just 215,000, correct?
Right.
It's a lot more?
Yes.
No, it's my understanding, when you pull this letter, you're taking that money out of that fund and putting it in the town coffers or whatever you want to do the repairs that have to be done, correct?
Correct.
And then what happens with whatever's left?
Goes back to the developer.
There won't be.
But what about the performance? So this guy's getting away with just saying, screw you guys, I'm not gonna put this $50,000 up. You take my money and then you just $40,000, $50,000, whatever it costs to fix the sidewalks. Then he gets whatever's left and he's not responsible for anything else?
I think you're misunderstanding that.
Am I?
That $500,000 and change, whatever it is to complete the entirety of the subdivision.
Well,
Whatever Luke says is wrong.
What is the maintenance letter in that?
A maintenance letter is to maintain it for 3 years after they've met the performance bond, which they never have finished the performance bond.
But then we're not getting the maintenance. Am I seeing something wrong here?
There's no provision once a letter of credit is pulled.
So all he has to do, but he's gonna get the rest of the money anyway. He's whatever.
We don't know how much money, if any, will be left over. It may cost us money.
Dave, what'd you say? There won't be any money left?
There won't be any money left. The practicalities of it are the amount remaining that'll be collected
Well,
won't be able to cover everything.
well, they're talking $215,000 isn't gonna cover when he wouldn't pay $50,000 to finish the project?
Well, Jeff,
I'm missing something.
Jeff,
I'm not trying.
I'm gonna try to help you, and I'm gonna try to answer your question. We had a choice. The whole thing is gonna expire because he wouldn't renew a bond. All he was willing to do was renew a maintenance bond. He didn't want to do anything with the performance bond. The performance bond will expire on the 20th of June. Am I right?
That's
Yes.
Will expire on the 20th of June. So when it expires, if they don't reinitiate the performance bond, there is nothing for us to hold, if we just let it expire, there's nothing for us to hold him accountable for the performance, which means it would never get finished.
But what about the maintenance part of it? I mean,
The sad part of that process is it negates the maintenance part.
well then, I think at this last meeting, everybody agreed. The two gentlemen up that were up here, they agreed everything was hunky-dory.
Everybody agreed. Jeff, you didn't bring it in.
Right.
But everybody, well, why don't you sue him?
No,
Why doesn't the town?
He actually changed his mind.
Right.
From-
He made a verbal agreement, you were in here.
I was here, he agreed, and you guys voted on it, and he
Yeah,
was, he was happy with it.
based on that criteria, based on that criteria. We made decisions based on the criteria, so quite frankly, it's a verbal breach of contract.
So,
But I'm no lawyer.
but then the bottom line is, the residents of Summerwind subdivision get screwed. We have no maintenance contract that's gonna go for 3 years.
Jeff, we had two choices. We could let it expire, and you would have a maintenance bond, but you wouldn't, the performance would have never been finished. And who's to say that there would have been a maintenance? They would have held up their end of the bargain on the maintenance.
But it seems like, is this the first time this ever happened?
Not the first time, but it has
I
happened in
mean-
a long time.
I can't.
In Lynn's way, we had to pull the bonds, and we went in there and paved all those streets.
We finished the subdivision.
But you had their money.
Yeah.
We took it, we pulled it like he's suggesting we do in Summerwinds.
We're gonna take his money too.
But we're only gonna take like 40 or 50 grand of it.
Well, we don't know how much
We don't
it's
know
gonna
because-
cost to finish it. The
It's
40
good.
or 50 grand was for sidewalk,
I know.
okay?
And that's pretty much all that's all they're doing is sidewalks. They're not doing driveways,
Well, he
they're
has
just
some-
doing sidewalks.
He has some driveways pulled apart right now.
My neighbor had his driveway, but he paid for that. These guys didn't pay for it, they just paid for the sidewalk in front of the driveway.
Yeah, the apron.
His driveway is 5 years old and it was crumbled too, but they didn't pay for that.
We had two choices. That's the only choices we had. We can't, there's no other choice that you can hold them accountable for when it gets to this point. That's
But
why we
so,
said-
I mean, I just think this is to me, it seems you're setting a precedence. What if the next,
Jeff, that is the precedent. That's what's happened in the past. When they refuse to perform, that's all you have.
it just seems, thank you, we're good doing business with you. Keep building here and screwing the community.
There's a lot of experienced plan commissioners here. Did anybody see another alternative to tonight?
Oh,
I think he's misunderstanding the point. We'll have the $215,000 or more, or whatever. We fix the sidewalks, and then in what, 1 or 2 years, if the roads need repaired, we're using that money, the town.
That's not what they're saying. They're saying he gets the money.
I don't think that's right. Is it?
You're wrong, or somebody's wrong.
Mr. Beal, hang on a minute. Mr. Austin, explain this to us.
He is not getting the money. The town will collect the money, deposit it into an account. I don't know the amount, I'm gonna get it in the morning. And that fund will be used to finish what needs to be finished and/or complete what needs to be completed. There will be probably not enough money. This project's been going on for 9 years. And money will have to go to, well,
Sidewalks, that's the only thing
I'm thinking of the right word, the rehabilitation of things that are in hand and have been improved for 9 years. That's not how we normally oversee construction. Normally, folks who are developing something want to make money, they get on it, they get the project done, and they get out. That did not happen here. The longer time went on and goes on, the worse it is for the amount of money, which shrinks in value for purposes of the improvements that are still remaining to be made. So there's a vortex going on here about the money, use of money, the value of money, who does what, who gets what. In your neighborhood, there are two driveways that he told me tonight. He will be out tomorrow working on the 2 sidewalks, and he's got one half of like a driveway apron. He's got another sidewalk that's pulled out, so I don't know if we're gonna do the additional sidewalk or not. My impression is he was, whatever's been dug out, you know, what's been dug with what is inaccessible to the house, he's not gonna leave inaccessible. So.
But the only thing is sidewalks, I mean, a couple of sidewalks. You said all the punch lists, everything's done, correct?
The problem for him is the $50,000. That's his problem. It's cash.
But, okay, so you're saying whatever's, say it costs $50,000 to do these couple of sidewalks.
He's not gonna make the cash available to us because he's not going to.
I thought this is, you're taking this, you're gonna pull this.
I'm pulling units 1, 2, and 3, isn't it?
Yes.
Right.
But you said you didn't know what it was, but it was more than, there's 215 and less than 5 or something, correct?
Forget the 215, that's out of the picture.
So it's more than that, something.
It's nearly $600,000.
Okay. So you're gonna pull that, and he doesn't have $600,000 worth of sidewalks to do.
Well, he doesn't have $615,000 worth of money either.
What is this? What was this money?
Well, what is it? How much is it?
The note that he's got with the bank, isn't it?
There is a note with the bank. The bank's been communicating with Luke in the last week, and the bank has some money. I don't know how much it is. He's been dealing with it.
Luke, based on the circumstances of tonight, what's a round number of this pull?
Well, we were gonna, if this were to roll into maintenance, we were gonna get 215.
Right.
And we didn't get 50.
Right.
So in my mind, we need at least 265.
Do you think they have that?
Well, the performance letters of credit are for like 5.
That's what I'm thinking, that's money that you.
38 or 534?
548,000.
Do we have to go back, Dave, to the verbal agreement and what some of those numbers were at that time?
We need the numbers that will be supportable in a challenge or
Okay.
lawsuit.
So there should be enough money to finish the sidewalk and then post the 215 for the 3-year maintenance. Should be. And so in other instances, when this has happened before, the money ran out before the improvements got done and there was no maintenance period, but there should be enough money to fund the maintenance period in this bond.
And once the maintenance period is over, any money that is left is returned to the developer, correct?
No.
No.
No?
He's not gonna be in charge of the maintenance going forward, the town is.
Okay, yeah, but where's this money gonna go? I mean, when you take the money.
To an escrow account they set.
To an escrow account where it will be set aside.
Just for this?
Yes, sir.
It's
And
not-
then after 3 years.
It's not the first time we voted to pull on this letter of credit.
Well, I'm just
It's the
saying,
second time.
Dave's got a view, John's got a view, you what? And Chuck, and Luke, everybody's got a different idea where everything's gonna go.
I concur with Dave.
Well, yeah, now he's saying that the money's gonna go on account, then after 3 years, the developer doesn't get any money left over, the town gets it.
He won't, and without betting every penny in my pocket, there won't be anything left. We have a subdivision here that's no longer a new subdivision. It's gonna have issues and responsibilities, and these folks will be looking for it. They'll be looking for the town to do the proper thing.
Well, most of the sidewalks that he's replacing are newer sidewalks. the older part of the subdivision, is that correct? Has less damage than the newer stuff.
And please don't narrow me down to sidewalks. I'm talking about the totality of the infrastructure.
Okay, well, that.
Curbs, asphalt, the whole,
That's what we're talking about.
everything that's in
or I'm
the
talking
subdivision.
about.
There's 9 years, 8 years of wear and tear over there that have not been,
Well,
perhaps,
that's, the roads only have 2 months of wear and tear on them.
well,
I mean, it took us a long time to get that done. I just wanna make sure that just by coming here and denying that he's gonna do this, that he's gonna make out and get all this money
if
that.
there's anything left over, he gets it.
He said no.
Will there be anything left over?
That's the point.
There's probably not gonna be anything left
Our
over.
experiences are that.
I can't tell the future though, Jeff.
Yeah, but you can't say he's not gonna get it, he's not gonna, cause you don't know what, maybe he did everything else is gonna be real fine, and 3 years from now, everything looks brand new. There's a possibility.
There's a lot of ifs, yeah.
Does that-
I don't have a crystal ball.
Dave, does that come back here for a final, before
Yeah,
it's...
you've seen on your agendas, in fact, the past couple of months, we've had a couple where the, maintenance sureties expire, or they're terminated by expiration of time. They have a term of time, they're negotiable instruments, sureties are, and they are for a period of time.
Will there be an inspection 3 years from now by somebody in the town? Just to go through, just to make sure everything's.
Well.
Okay.
When I asked Greg the question earlier, he said we would have no maintenance.
He won't have maintenance.
But there
The-
will be then something, the town will be backing that up.
The town will be on the hook for whatever happens there now.
And that's not what I understood what happened.
He doesn't.
There's a lot going on, it's
It's a
complicated.
pretty unique situation.
Well, I know,
Yes.
but I'd like to get corrected and get everybody's on the same page. Because there's still a lot of.
Jeff, anytime the maintenance bond expires and a subdivision is accepted by the town and the streets and all that stuff, it's the town's problem after that.
But after maintenance, right?
After a maintenance.
We're not at the
expires.
maintenance yet, we're still at the performance.
I understand, but the town's still gonna be in charge going forward.
But we're gonna, with
When
this
we
money.
pull the bond and we finish a subdivision, we accept everything that's in there. It's ours.
We own it.
Plowing the roads, everything.
That's fine, but I just wanna make sure that this money doesn't go back to him.
All these sureties are
Just
for is to make sure that they complete it and it doesn't go to the bills don't go to the taxpayers for problems that should have been fixed by the developer. Or, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
That's what these sureties are for, to make sure that the performance is to make sure it's completed, and maintenance is to make sure that it holds up. But once that maintenance expires, it becomes the town's issue and the
I agree.
taxpayers.
But I just wanna make sure that follow-up is done. Just to bring up one quick point, at the last town council meeting, when Mrs. Kerr brought up that thing about paying for consultants and all this kind of stuff, our president said that taxpayers have been paying for a lot of this stuff, that we haven't been getting the money back from these
Developers.
And taxpayers have been paying for many years.
Jeff, I don't know if you've been paying attention to what's going on downstate.
I'm not talking about downstate, I'm talking about here.
I understand what you're talking about, but all the legislation that's happening down there, it seems to me like, if you boil it all down, the legislation is for the developers.
But this money that Nick was talking about was not future money, it's money in the past that we paid to the
Are you talking about
consultants.
what Nick was talking about last night?
Yes, sir.
We have found some discrepancies on collections on old subdivisions like yours, like Summer Winds, that the inspection fee that is collected on the front side doesn't cover all the inspections all the way through because the developers drag their feet on completing it. This is something that we just are noticing. The building department brought it to our attention. But it's not anything that's intentional, it is intended to be collected on the front side and last until the development is done.
I agree, but
when
we
they take
just, I
10
don't think the
years,
town is
it
doing their
doesn't
checks
catch
and balances. You're fining people, writing fines.
Jeff?
No, I can talk about that.
I understand.
How many
Listen,
people do you have in
Jeff.
your group, Tom?
Jeff.
Kevin, could I just ask how many
In which group?
in your building group, inspectors?
Three.
Three.
Jeff, if you get elected to the town council, you're gonna find out that there's more problems continually than you can fund or hire to fix. Particularly when they keep slashing our revenue.
Oh, I know what the state is doing, and it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for the town to function.
It's way more than you see in a public meeting.
I know.
And it will drive you insane if you let it.
But I'm just saying, just checks and balances, that's what we,
Speaking of checks and balances, I wanna ask, Luke, when you send a bill here, does it say, it says what it's for?
Yes,
Okay, and that goes to clerk treasurer, where does it go?
it goes to Jen, yeah.
Okay, and it's paid that way.
Yeah, every time we enter in time that gets billed to the town, we have to enter in a note.
So if somebody wanted to see some of that arithmetic, like Mr. Beal,
Mhm.
he could fill out the necessary documentation and see how much this developer paid in engineering fees and et cetera.
If we're still talking about Carol Kerr though, what she said is not accurate. She sees what we pay Burke. She doesn't see what we recoup. And a development, a development is different than, say, like a subdivision development is different than somebody that's gonna build an insurance office or
I'm
something
aware.
of that nature. So,
But it's just-
residential
but-
developments take a lot longer.
So Mr. Beal, to your check and balances, I just asked Luke, you have a
Okay.
little information there. 2 weeks ago, I asked Mr. Austin, based on some comments she made, if somebody could get that information in a Freedom of Information Act, they could get that information. He says absolutely. There seems to be some checks and balances. If Christopher Burke sends a bill here, what happens over there, I don't know.
I'm just repeating what our president of our town council said. And he didn't give a lot of details, but he said that taxpayers have been paying a lot of money that we shouldn't have been.
Basically, what he says, we need to tighten some things up, and we're looking for ways to tighten it up.
I agree, 100%. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Any other public comment? Last call? Or adjourned?
Anybody online?
Pardon?
Was there anybody else?